Hey, it's Acoustic SteveO, the human patriot, making his way in the universe. Join me on my journey. Let's have some fun. All right, so today I want to do a Friday night live panel for a little while. It's almost 8:30, so I have till about 10. So that's about an hour and a half. But I just would love for any of my friends to come on and talk to me, and I have some topics that we can talk about. So I'm just going to start talking about those topics, and if people come and join me, then we will proceed from there with some, panel discussions on them. But if not, I'll just make a show out of it. So I put in the topic that we're going to be talking about 3 different things. The first thing is Gun Girl. She's gone viral again, this time for her visit to Ohio State University, and it's one up in the northeastern corner of Ohio. I'm trying to remember the exact city, but I'm kind of drawing a blank on it. But I guess it's a very liberal campus, so we'll probably be looking at her Twitter because she posted a video on it, so we'll probably watch that. And there's some things about that I want to talk about, quite a few things actually. I never really looked into her. I'd heard about her. I kind of, I'd seen her on InfoWars and whatnot. So I was aware of her, but the reaction she got to visiting a college campus in Ohio, the state I'm in, was kind of a little something else. It was kind of scary to tell you the truth. Just the amount of brainwashing that these college kids are under. Not to say that Gun Girl herself doesn't have a certain amount of that going on, but I've been watching her videos. She's got some really smart things to say. So I'm not really even sure about all her viewpoints on things, but some of them I definitely share, and we'll be talking about those. I also want to talk about this year's a special year. And this was just brought to my attention, and I thought I'd share it because it makes a lot of sense. And it's not really that big of a deal, but it's 2020, right? So when you're signing documents, contracts, whatnot, checks, you know how sometimes we abbreviate and we just put the last 2 digits of the year we're in. Like last year it was 19. This year you'd think it'd be 20. Well, you don't want to do that, all right? You don't want to do that because then anybody could just put a number right after that. They could change the dates. What's up, my vicarious life? Welcome. I'm just having a discussion of some topics. So you're invited on my panel. Anybody that comes in the chat is. If you'd like to join, let me know, and I'll drop you the link in the chat. And if I determine that you are not somebody that's going to broadcast something that's going to get me kicked off YouTube, I will allow you up. Right now I'm talking about the year 2020 and how when you sign contracts this year, or you write a check, anything really that you put the date on, you want to put 2020 because people can fill in the other part of it. You don't just want to put 20 like last year we all put 19 or whatnot. And that was just brought to my attention the other day. I never really thought about it, and I realized, you're having issues with your camera. That's a bummer. Well, maybe next time, but I appreciate you coming, and I can definitely talk to you via the chat box since it's just me and you right now, and probably even beyond that if you stick around. But yeah, I just have 3 topics, so that one's the real short one. Be careful about signing stuff with 20 instead of 2020, because I hadn't thought about that, and somebody told me about it this week, and I was like, well, yeah, that makes sense. You don't want to leave that halfway done and have somebody change the year that you're signing stuff. So it made sense to me. Hey, what's up, Crimson Fantasy? How you doing, Steve? If you want to, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link in the chat to my StreamYard. So just give me a second while I do that. Not sure if you want to come on, Steve, but that would be awesome. All right. I'm going to drop it right now. The cool thing about it, too, is I don't really have to worry about it being free floating out here. There, I dropped it. Because, I get to vet the people before I let them on. There's this thing that's going on. I didn't know about it until I started getting on some people's StreamYards called, actually it was on Enlightened Cafe. He was kind of my introduction to that. And he was talking about getting porn bombed, and I didn't even know what that was. But what would happen is people would come and he'd drop his link just like I just did. And then they'd pop up because after somebody wants to come on, they pop up, and then I get to decide if I want to let them on or not. And he was letting people on that he either didn't know or he thought they were somebody else. Then they get on, and then all of a sudden they would put their cell phone up with porn on it, right? And that would, of course, YouTube's gonna, if they find out about that, you're gonna get in trouble. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and get Steve up here.
Hey,
what's up?
How's it going?
Hey, how's it going? It's going great, man. How are you doing?
Sorry I didn't get back to you. I was at work like when I replied because I saw that you replied to the comment, right? So
yeah.
I was like, I saw
Don't
that you
even worry about it, man. I know we're all busy. I'm just glad you're here,
No, like I got your notification. I was like, yeah, maybe like I'll still come on the panel and see what's going on. So yeah.
Yeah, I just kind of I think what I'm gonna do is, because I don't have like a lot of people that watch my channel or anything. So I think what I'm going to do is when I do these live streams, I'm just going to do kind of what I'm doing tonight, where I'm going to have topics ready in case nobody comes on. But if somebody does come on, well then, hey, we're going to have fun. And
Exactly.
We're going to talk. And I just want to say, just getting this kicked off, Crimson Fantasy, he's a fellow musician, and I met him on Rant Jam's channel. And the last person I had on was Sam. You saw that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of cool to get people on and just go a little bit deeper into who they are, because that's kind of what I'm interested in. I want to actually know more about people and ask them some questions I've always wanted to ask them, because I'm usually in the chat box, you know what I mean? So I haven't really got to know people as deeply as I'd like to, but you.
Well, I'd love to have you on my show. Like I do an interview late night talk show.
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk to you about. You actually inspired me to do what I'm doing.
Awesome.
It's actually kind of similar, but I mean, I haven't really figured out a formula or exactly what I want to do. But when I saw what you were doing, I saw when you had Rant Jams on, and you guys went deep on the spiritual stuff, and I was like, wow, this guy.
Oh, I know. Like I learned a lot that night, and like I may have looked like I was like upset or bored, but like I was absorbing the information. Like I was getting so much information and interacting with the chat. It was great. It was a great night for sure. Like it showed a different side of Rant Jams.
Show. How did that episode do? Like as far as the ones that you've done, like
interview wise, like watch time.
Like how did it? Did you get a lot of views? I'm just curious because I saw it right when it came out. So.
Oh, with the Rant Jams one, I got a lot of views for that. Like I got like 250.
Cool.
Like yeah.
That was a really good interview too, man. You're good at interviewing people.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And like I'm glad to inspire and help out if I can, I like music channels, and I like indie stuff. And when I heard that last video of yours, I was like, wow, this guy really has talent.
Well, I appreciate it. I struggle with I'm not the best musician or singer or anything. I'm really more of a songwriter, but um, I think I could do better than what my recording is. So I'm trying to learn how to record, and I'm
Yeah.
also learning a lot about publishing because
Hmm.
I think I would like to start a publishing company and try to represent other people besides myself, other musicians and stuff, and have my own catalog as part of it, but also have other people. And I think because I'm new, I would be totally new at it. I would have to make sure that those relationships with other artists would be kind of loose. So if they found somebody that has a lot more game than I got, I would want them to feel free to go somewhere else. But at the same time, there's so many awesome people, and I just would love to try to find when I start to go out and try it, because my goal is to kind of try to get my songs demoed like a lot better than I'm doing right now. And I would like other people that are out there doing their music, some to say, hey, can I publish a few of your songs and go out and try to get them some placements and stuff. I think that'd be fun to do.
I think that would be great, like giving back to like, the music community and like helping them and supporting them. I think that's a great thing to do while, pursuing your dreams. Like I much respect to you for that.
Gemma's coming on. Hey, Gemma.
Hey, Acoustic SteveO. Hey, Crimson, what's going on?
Hey, not too much. I just got back from work and I saw, Acoustic was live, so I thought I'd come on and glad to see you, Gemma. You were at my interview the other day.
Yes, I was. I did listen to most of it.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you so much for being there. I appreciate it though.
I was there for you, Crimson, more than anything.
No, I know. Like the thing is, like I couldn't keep up with the chat and the questions, so like I
Yeah,
know
I know.
you.
I could see that. That's why I was like trying not to type much to you, because I know that me and you are very similar in that aspect, and I didn't want to overwhelm you. I know that you were being questioned by Miss Kathy quite a lot, and the questions were quite deep to quite a degree. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to stress you out, and I don't want to go off Miss Kathy's kind of agenda and stuff. So yeah, I
Yeah.
was I was trying to be quiet for the most part.
Well, you're awesome, Gemma, regardless.
Gemma is my fellow Libra.
Yes, I am. I'm a Libra. I'm proud.
Oh, Libras are awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard that I get along with Libras. That's all I know about Aquarius.
Oh yeah, we're air signs. We're all air signs here, so that means
Yeah, and Acoustic
we like
SteveO
the
and me,
mental world.
we go back a long way. I've been with SteveO for a long time, so it's awesome to be able to be on your panel and be able to see you. So,
Yeah, I'm very excited that you're here, Gemma.
of course,
I
I
love your
do like your live
poetry.
streams.
Those are my favorites of all the videos you do. It's your poetry, and I love how it's consistently so well thought out. You pick a theme, and the way they flow, and you go from the end of the sentence that you're on is the first word of the next sentence. I just love that. Like I'd never see. I don't know if you got that style from somewhere or if you just came up with it.
No, it's just the way that I put things together, and it's kind of how my head works. It's kind of like, I guess, a talent of mine. I kind of blame it on my autism, to be honest, because it's kind of, I see words in my head and I want to put them together, and I kind of panic and I think, oh, should I put
I
this? Should
love
I
it.
not?
I love
And
it so much.
I kind of panic. Hello, my victorious life. Hello. Yeah, I kind of just started. I write things down on my bits of paper. Like I have my 3 notepads on my floor right now. I have my pen, my pencils, my glitter pens, and I just sit here and write words down. And then I usually listen to a bit of music. I'm like, oh, actually, this would fit this. This would fit that. And I just try and work with it. And yeah, that's how I come up with most of my poetry. And most of it's kind of my emotions, because I struggle to control my emotions a lot of the time. So that's how I get my emotions out, is through my poetry, is to try and clear my head a little bit. So
and sometimes, you know, like music and like literature and doing kind of stuff like that, that really is a good stress reliever.
Oh man,
it
No,
definitely is. Like,
when I
Crimson
was
seen me,
young,
like, I've
that's
seen
what
you
it
do
was.
some stuff too.
It was like everything when I was young. Like, I mean, it's still an awful lot, but when I was young, oh my God, it saved me from so many things. That's for
oh,
sure.
definitely, me too. Me
I
too.
think music and poetry is really important because not a lot of people understand the reasons why to write things now. And to me, if I didn't write my poetry, I would go mad.
Yeah.
It has saved me from a lot of my dark emotions. I sit here and I just turn everything off. I have my pads, the paper, my pens, and I'm like, focus, calm. And I just sit and I write. And I'm like, I don't have anyone else to bother about me. I have my room to myself, my apartment. I'm like, you know what? I can just shut the door and I can just be quiet. And I love it because I'm able to get my emotions out in a way that doesn't worry people. When I go through a lot of people that I ask opinions, and my parents will often, they see me writing something, they're like, oh, don't ask to check it. And I'm like, if you want. So my dad and my mum will check it, like, oh, maybe you need to be a bit careful what you say. I'm like, okay, I get it. And I have to kind of try and edit some of it because some of them are really dark. So I try and be careful
Wow.
the ones I put up
Oh,
because some of
you
them
have
are.
dark
That is
ones?
awesome to hear. Like, now I'm starting
Yeah.
to get another level of, like, you have editors even. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I
my
wish I
parents
had
are very, very
editors.
protective on that stuff. They're like, be careful what you say, Gemma, you know, and there's some people who may not
Oh,
like your style and da da da. I'm like, I get it. I know not everyone's gonna like my poetry or my videos. Like, I get it.
Do
Like,
you
I got
I
ever
would.
just take
Oh,
their
sorry.
input and say, I'm going to do it anyways and put it out there raw just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you want it?
yeah, I
Have
don't
you done
edit
that?
a lot of my stuff. I don't. I try not to because I want to be raw. I want to be real. Like, I've had like people have seen me. Like, I know you've seen me, Steve, and I know Crimson has. I think partially. I've had panic attacks. I've had anxiety attacks on my
Yeah.
streams. I've sat
Mhm.
there and cried on my streams repeatedly. And people are like, "Oh, you putting this on?" No, I'm not faking it. I'm upset.
They don't know. They don't. You, see, I have my wife. Um, well, she might be autistic, but if so, she's very high functioning. But both of her children, which are not biologically mine, but I've been in their lives since, well, one, I was the first person to hold him. He's going to be 11 next month, and the other one is going to be 17. So he asked me to be his dad like a week after I met him, and that was when he was 3.
Oh,
So
Aww.
yeah, but they're both
yeah.
autistic, and it's just totally changed my life, for the better. Just having people that just see the world a certain way, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful because I never have to wonder what they think about anything, because they're not deceptive people at all. Like,
No.
Right.
what they are is as real as they can be for what and that's one thing. Other people, they can put on masks, but it's very hard for autistic people to do that, and I love that about them.
Yeah. I think as well, people take people like me the wrong way because they think I'm being shifty or deceptive or I'm lying or attention seeking. And I'm like, no, I'm really not. I struggle with some of my communication. I may not give full eye contact, or I may fiddle with something. And people go, oh, you don't care. You're not paying attention. I do care. It's just the fact that I can't
Yeah.
always give 100% attention. I just naturally can't. My body just doesn't allow me to. And people are, oh, well, you're trying to lie. You're acting up. You're attention seeking. No, I'm really not. I just get really overstimulated and I shut down and I can't help that.
No, you can't, but it's
No.
beautiful. I'll tell you that much. I find a lot of beauty in it. I really do. I know it's tough and it's a struggle, but
I
there are
get it.
people
We
that
we love you. We
realize
love
just
you for who you are, Gemma.
yeah.
Never change, okay?
You are what, like I've said it times to you. You are one of my heroes, Gemma.
You're one of a
I love
kind.
you, SteveO. You've been with me a long time. I've been with you a long time, and I've seen you struggle. I've seen you where like people have like been reading your chats and stuff. I'm just like, seriously, people, what the hell? And I'm just like, really? Like, you've got such a good and pure heart. Like, I enjoyed your Bible video that you did, and I got so deep into that. I was focusing, I was paying attention, I was calm, and I was just like, wow, this dude like is so versatile. Like, you can go from talking about the Bible in such a peaceful, calm way, and then I hear your music, and I'm just like, ah, I'm like drifting from one thing to the next, and I'm like, I love it. It's
Well,
so
thank
cool.
you.
I love your music. I mean, you did your music live stream a couple of 3 weeks ago that I saw, and I was sitting here. I'd had a really crappy day. I was overstimulated. I was upset. And I was like, Acoustic SteveO live. I was like, bingo, shut everything down, turn everything off. I was like, music, chill. And I literally sat here and I was just like, oh. And I just proper relaxed. It was so nice.
I love that was the best reaction ever. Like that should be a testimonial for Acoustic SteveO
Man,
right
that
there.
makes me feel great. Let me tell you that somebody
like
want to hear me.
I love music. Music to me is a therapy. Like my poetry is as well. It's a way that I just shut myself off. I deconstress myself. I'm like, I had so much sensory input all day. I'm constantly on the move, talking to people. I'm constantly having to socially interact with people, and I'm like, just give me a break. Just leave me alone. I want to have quiet. And
Does
people like,
YouTube help you with that, because it kind of puts like a screen where you can kind of like get in your own little world a little bit and not have so much sensory overload, and you can kind of open up and do all these things. I'm just wondering if it helps at all with that.
yeah, I have a lot of practice, like Crimson knows. I have a lot of coping strategies that I do. So for me, meditation is a big one, because meditation is my form of self-relief. I can sit here and be calm. I sit here and like usually I have an object like a bracelet, or I have some sensory jewelry in my box in over my bedside cabinet over there, and I pick one out and I sit here and I feel the texture of it. I look at the color of it and I'm like, okay, so it's this color, it's this texture. And then like I'll play with it. If it's a bracelet, I'll put it on my hand, I have it up and down my hand, or if it's a necklace, I rub it on my neck. Or people are like, oh, why are you fidgeting? Keep still, you're not paying attention. I'm like, I am, but I'm de-stressing, I'm calming, I'm de-stressing, I'm focusing. It's just I need something to help me. And people go, oh, you're acting like a child. No, I need this, as if I don't, I'm going to flip out. And if I flip out, you're going to see all my anxiety, all my emotions are just going to go kaboom. And I'd rather not. I'd rather be self-composing. I'd rather keep myself calm. So when I do see somebody on a stream or if I'm on a video, you want to see the calm Gemma. You don't want to see this Gemma who's... And that's why I do a lot of my coping strategies, because I don't want people to see that side of me. It's not nice. And it doesn't need to come out, because it's not the side that I wish to see for people. It's horrible. It's not that Crimson's seen that side of me where I've been on my streams. I'm just like, kaboom. And I explain. People are like, what was that? And I'm like, yeah, that was a meltdown.
Yeah.
You don't want to see that.
I've known Gemma for probably about 2 years now. And I'm starting to really understand her. You know what I mean? Because we've had our differences, but we've gotten back
that
together.
was through people trying to divide us, though, Crimson. That was not our intention.
No, I know, but like it's all in the past. But I'm just saying that I've gotten to know Gemma. I've gotten to know Gemma, and she's awesome. You know what I mean? And
I know.
Yeah,
you guys are both awesome, by the way.
Thank you.
I adore both of you. Like, the thing is with me, I don't make friends easily. So this is the other thing. When people say that they're my friend and that they want to help me and they want to support me, I don't trust people, because I've had so much hurt from my past, and people go, oh, well, we'll help you, Gemma, but... And then they expect me to do stuff. I'm just like, no, I can't do that, because if I do that and I risk it myself in trouble, and then that's why I have to walk away. And a lot of the time I do, because people go, well, oh, we'll be your friend, but if you do this, but Gemma, if you come and do this, I'm like, no, I can't. So I just shut down people.
That's a good way to go about it. If you don't want to do something, if somebody's your friend, it should not ever be a problem.
Exactly. No. That's not a friend to begin with.
Yeah. It's like on YouTube, that's very hard to make friends. And like people recently have attacked me on Twitter. Yeah. People are like, oh, well, seeing who you're hanging around with. You know, like, don't hang around with these people. They're bad news. They're going to use
But Gemma,
you.
the thing about those kind of people is that they've never been in that situation themselves. And like I've noticed that the people that say that they've never walked in the shoes that you've walked, you know what I mean? So like just really just be like, okay, whatever. Just take it with a grain of salt. You know what I mean?
You are
Because
very capable too, Gemma. You are very capable of navigating through this sea of deception and finding the gems of the people just like you.
I had to go through that experience too, you know, like I have to find out who's real and who isn't, and it's a learning process as creators on YouTube for sure.
It is.
Yeah, it's hard because, especially with being unique like I am and being my own unique self, and people go, oh well, you could be normal if you tried, you know, like if you could do this, make your
No,
life better, would you? And I'm like, no,
no.
why would you ask me that?
I
Don't
know
tell
that
me
should
that.
take up absolutely no headspace
Gemma,
in your head.
Yeah.
who the hell do you hang out with? Like I just want to know. Like who would say that to you?
Anybody, Crimson. It's the fact that people come into my streams and like they'll say things to me like,
Oh,
"Oh,
okay.
if you could take like this pill to make your life normal, would you?" Like on Twitter, I get messages going, "There's this supposed
Oh,
cure down the road for autism. Would you take it?" No,
No, for sure.
no, no.
Because why would I want
What's
to
so
cure
good about
myself?
normal? That's my thing. Like,
Like, there's nothing to fix. I'm not broken. I
no,
just
you're not. You are
brain
not
set.
broken.
That's it.
You can't gauge normal anymore. Like really, you can't.
Normal doesn't exist.
Everyone has their own set path, and it takes them a certain amount of time to get there. When you
Yeah,
start
right.
gauging other people, you're going to get bent out of shape. Like I had to stop doing that myself. Once I realized, you know, I just got to focus on what my path and my journey, and not worry about where others are at my age and stuff. You know, I don't have kids. I'm not married. You know what I mean? So it's just like, yeah, just go with it. You know, don't worry about that stuff. It's all secondary.
All that stuff works itself out.
Yeah, exactly.
My purpose, I very much believe, is through God by Himself. I believe that I've been given this calling by Him because I've been kind of, I guess, blessed in a way by being given the gift of having my autism and stuff. And people go, "Oh well, it's not a gift, is it, Gemma? If you're a Christian like you say you are, then God hasn't given this to you. You've got this from somewhere else." I'm like, I was born this way, dude. Like I can't change the way that I am. I have a different brain. I have a different personality. But God created us all to be different. No matter if you believe in Him or not, you are born to be different. You are born to be the person that you are. And I can't change that about myself. I used to hide a lot about myself because I was ashamed of it. When I first got diagnosed and I came onto YouTube, people would say to me, "Oh, you're autistic." I'll be like, "No," and I would deny it. And people are like, "Why are you talking about autism then?" I was like, "Because I'm suspected of it and people are questioning it." And when I got my diagnosis, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to hide anymore. Why should I be ashamed of myself? And I came, I was like, yeah, I am autistic. This is me. This is what I live with, you know. And people are, oh, now you're talking about, well, yes, because as an autistic female, there isn't many of us on here. A lot of autistic females wouldn't do this kind of stuff because they're scared.
Yes.
And you're even on TV too.
That's why, I mean, you are amazing, Gemma. Seriously, like,
yeah.
No, it's taken me a lot of confidence to do this stuff. Like a lot of my conversation is in my head scripted. I have to think about the right way to talk to people and my voice tone and how quick or slow I respond to somebody and the eye contact scenario. And people go, "Oh, that's normal human nature. You should be used to that." And I'm like, "No, I'm not. It's not natural to me. I have to practice constantly all the time because it's what society expects me to be normal. I have to be behaved. I have to be functionable. I have to do as my told. I have to answer when I'm spoken to. And I'm like, why? Why can't I just be me? Why can't I just sit here and be like, you know what? I'm me. Get to know me. If you like me, great. I'll be your friend. I'll be loyal. I'll be supportive. If you don't, then I don't want you because I shouldn't have to fit in this box where it's like, be my friend or not. Like, I'm not going to play games to people. I'm not that way.
Yeah, I think autistic people, one of the gifts that they have for humanity is they get people to question norms. Like why things have to be this way, that, because like you said, people are constantly trying to get you to fit in a box of how you should act. But if they really step back from that and questioned like why they expect you to act that way and what exactly it is
Yeah.
about that way of acting that is the right way, they would start to open their minds up to understand the reality of the situation that we're all in. And that's something that autistic people can give people, is they can kind of make them see a little bit deeper than they would see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, people need to use a lot more empathy, I feel, nowadays. And especially in this situation with Gemma, it's like you need to understand Gemma before you can, like, base your actions on that, for sure.
Yeah, empathy again. This is one subject I don't really talk about because people in the past have trolled me on it. I've done a video about probably 6 months ago on empathy and autism, and I know SteveO was like one of the first people to comment on it, and I got trolled badly on that video. Bad. I had people going, "You don't know what empathy is. How can you speak on this subject?" I'm like, because I feel it more than anybody else. My empathy is so high for people that I feel it in such a high depth and emotion. I can't help but be empathetic. I am very emotion filled. I cry at a lot of stuff. I care about people a lot. When I see people getting hurt and trolled, I reach out to them. I'm like, dude, like, I'm here for you. Like, talk to me. Here's my email. Here's my number. Here's my Facebook. And I will give that out to people because I care about them. Mm-hmm. And people go, oh, but you're autistic. You're not meant to have emotions. Hello? Not all of us are like that way. We do have emotions. Some of us have it so bad that we get emotional overload. It's like with me, I get so filled up with emotion. I kind of describe it like a fountain. I go, and then people go, "Whoa, what the hell is that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, well, welcome to my world," because I have to deal with it all the time.
That's so true what you're saying about, stereotyping autism. Not all autistic people are the same with how they are, like the emotion thing. I have my youngest is like you, Gemma. He feels emotions very deeply, and he empathizes with everything and everyone, every animal, everything. And so it's definitely not stereotypical how it presents. And then my older son, it's not that he doesn't have empathy or emotions, but he is more just inside his own thing. And if you're outside of his thing, he doesn't seem to really connect as easily as my one who connects with everyone and everything. He's just, it's just different. It expresses itself.
I think everybody has a different way of communicating. This is the thing, like, if you're autistic, non-autistic, non-disabled, disabled, it shouldn't matter. We should all be there for each other. And the thing is, there's so much, from what I've seen recently on YouTube, there's been so much negativity, judgments, and people arguing at each other. And I'm like, stop. Just take a break. Calm. Be nice to each other. The world is so small, and we're all arguing and we're all bitter, and the world shouldn't be like that. The world needs to be more peaceful, and I know it doesn't work that way, but the world could be that way. We could choose to be that way, but we don't because humans are selfish.
But you choose to be that way inside yourself, and that's where it all starts, like what Crimson was saying. It all starts with you and yourself. That's where it all starts.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that, which is why I'm saying Crimson's made a very, very, very valid point there. And like on his interview the other day, Miss Kathy, it struck a chord with me because I was listening in the background, and it wasn't until Miss Kathy said, "Oh, have we got any lurkers?" I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go in there." So I went in there, "Hey, Crimson, what's up?" and chatting in the chat. And Miss Kathy said, "Oh, Gemma's here," and then Crimson's face, I saw him. I'm like, yeah, he needs someone in here to support him because there wasn't really many people in there. And I was just like, why isn't there more people in here? Like, Crimson has a huge base of friends on here. And I'm like, where's everyone at? Like, there's probably about, probably about 10, 12 in there. I'm like, really? it made me sad for you because I've been with you a long time. I'm like, where's everybody? Like, they say they love you and they're your friend and they want to be here for you. And, oh, Crimson, we love you. Like, we support you, bro. Like, we're here, we're here, we're here. And I'm like, where you at? Where's the proof? Where's the support? You're not here.
Yeah, well, the thing is, it wasn't really well promoted too, and it was like during the day.
Yeah.
It was like me and Miss Kathy were supposed to do it a week prior, but she got sick. So
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying, but I've noticed that with a lot of like live streams, like sometimes I don't get as many people, and maybe it's because I stream at like night and stuff. But you do make a good point for sure. Um, but yeah, like it was a great interview, and like I talked about a lot of stuff about like me being a caregiver and stuff. Like I never, I've never really talked about that recently, so it was great
That was
to.
really inspiring. I must admit, Crimson, like seeing you open up like that and hearing what you said, and it resonated with me because having a lot of people who care about me, with my parents kind of being my main caregivers and stuff like that, I was like, dude, why don't people talk about this side of things? Why is it all hidden? Why do we hide things about support? And why do we hide things about how our family help us? That should be a motivation. That should be something we should be proud to talk about on here. And people get so butthurt if you mention good things like that. They're like, oh, what are you mentioning that for? Why is it relevant?
Yeah,
Because it is, and it's important, and if I want to talk about it, so damn it, I will. I'm gonna mention good things like that. If I don't, then everyone's gonna go, "Oh, Gemma's on a negative or Crimson's on a negative." No, like it's not the case. People misunderstand, and it annoys me because we should be sharing good things. Good practice equals good teamwork. Good teamwork equals more impressive YouTube people, and the more your message gets out in the algorithms and websites and stuff, you'll get the people who are meant to be there in your streams. You'll get that correct people.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's not about numbers. People need to stop playing the numbers game. It never is about numbers. It's about being true to yourself. I've had to learn that. Like Crimson says, I've mucked up several times. I've hung out in wrong communities. I've hung out with wrong people. Even Crimson's come to me privately before and gone, Gemma, what are you doing? I'm like,
Yeah.
oh no, am I really screwing up? I'm like, oopsie.
I only do that if I really know like you're like I won't do that unless I'm absolutely positive that you should hear it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna do it if I don't have any information. Like I'm just looking out for a friend, being like, look, I like you, Gemma, but you need to know this, this, and this. You know what I mean? Like
I appreciate you coming to me, Crimson. I did. Like I learned massively. Like I knew I made mistakes and I got rid of some wrong people, and then wrong
it's a
people.
learning process. Yeah.
It's a learning curve, and even recently I've had to learn to go, Gemma, you're starting to slip into the wrong crowds again, and you're having to go away from these people who are toxic. And I'm like, stop.
I have that.
Don't go into these streams. Block these people. Don't go into their videos because the more you go into their videos, the more tempted you are to go back. So I've had to learn to go, nope, not bothered. Nope, don't want to see it. Block, 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 block. And I've had to, and it's hard because people are like, oh, where's Gemma at? Why doesn't Gemma come here more? Because you're bad news and you're negative, and I don't want nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
So I've had to learn to walk away from a lot of people, and Crimson knows a few people who I'm on about.
Yeah, I do.
I have this thing. I think it might be a Libra thing because I have this thing where I just want to let people, like, I give them so much rope, like so much, and I'll do it over and over and over and over again. But you know what? I don't have any regrets with it. I mean, you learn a lot about people that way.
Exactly, but I bet you like the rope finally does come to a halt at one point, right?
No, that's my problem, man.
So this rope is like a never-ending rope. It's like one of those clown ropes from a circus. It just keeps going and going and going.
And this is a life lesson. Like it's really, the universe is making me learn this lesson about like people and trusting my intuition, because I always want to allow people to have the benefit of the doubt when they haven't really deserved it. And I'm getting so many signs that they don't deserve it. And I ignore that because I want to give somebody their due, I guess their due, before I make a judgment, because I try not to judge people.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I know that people struggle through things, and they could just be struggling through something. And so for me, it's real hard to really look at somebody in a certain way, because I realize that a lot of times people are running programs. Like, it's not even them a lot of times. Like, they've adopted a viewpoint that isn't even reality half the time. And they're running this program, and I'm not going to judge them for it, because I can understand it, because I've ran enough programs in my life. You know what I mean?
Right.
I've had to deprogram myself so many times about so many different things, and I'll continue to have to for my entire life. So
I think we all do that to a degree. Like, we all put up like defenses. I know I have. When I first come to YouTube, you kind of put up this protective front. You like, no one's going to hurt me, no one's going to attack me, no one's going to say anything, and it's rubbish, because once that barrier starts coming down, and you let people in to know who you are, and that barrier starts coming down and down and down, and you start trusting people, you can be yourself. I learned that in the first year and a half when I met Crimson. I started being myself. I'm like, you know what? Enough with the act. People are going to see it, and they're going to see me breaking, and it's going to fail miserably. And it did. It crumbled so badly that Crimson saw it. It was like, Gemma, man, cut this shit out. I was bad. I actually just,
I would say that too. Yeah.
like, I lost it. Like, my act came tumbling down badly. It was just like boom, 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 and then was like, now we're seeing the real Gemma, and I'm like, yeah.
And you know what? You've grown so much, like, since I've met you, for sure. And like, you continue to grow, and your poetry is great. One thing I like about your poetry is that it comes from the heart. It's not you're just getting another upload up. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell the difference between that. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Oh man.
Yeah, I just that's my favorite part about my channel is my poetry, because it gives people a more deep insight into me, rather than just see me as the woman with autism. People go, oh, well, her life must be so sad and difficult, and she struggles. Yes, I do struggle. I admit I do. But that aside, my poetry is my art. That's what I run to when I'm stressed, when I'm upset. Instead of going onto my stream and exploding or ranting, going, oh, this world sucks, I will sit here, get my notepad out, my pens, put my meditation music on and my CD player, and I'm like, just shut up. Just leave me alone. I can decompress, I can chill, and when I'm ready to communicate again, I'll come back on and go, hey, yeah, yesterday sucked, or yesterday was a really bad day, but I'm happy now. I'm good. I had my meditation. Had my anxiety medication. I'm good. I'm calm, and I can chat. And then people go, "Oh, yesterday, what the hell was that about?" I'm like,
that was yesterday, right?
Yeah, I'm done. That day was crappy. That day was bad. And then now I'm like, woohoo, yay!
But sometimes. Oh, but no, sorry to interrupt you, but sometimes when like you're in a certain mood and you go to write, it actually like makes your work even better. So in a way, like, the negative energy, you're benefiting off of negative energy, and you're making it into a craft. And like, you're making it something that you feel good about yourself. So yeah,
absolutely.
Well,
you're being very productive with the negative energy, like, and that's good that you're doing that, for sure. Like, a lot of times, like, I do the same thing. I relax, I cut everything out, like, very quiet. I'm with my dog, and I just write.
Yeah, I think it's the best part.
What about you, Acoustic?
Well, last year I took a journey, man. I wrote a poem every single day last year of the entire year.
Yes, I know you did, because I was watching.
It brought me to some places, and it's called. Have you ever heard of the term shadow work?
No, but it sounds kind of familiar.
What it is it's going into yourself and looking at even the darkest things. No, it's know thyself. Well, it means really know thyself. And that's what my journey was last year with the poetry, because I told myself at the beginning of it that I wasn't going to try to control it, that I was going to let it bring me wherever it brought me. And I wrote one poem, and it was a long poem where I just wrote pieces of it every day. And it was called the Tale of Acoustic SteveO. And I started it with my earliest memories. Like, that's where I wanted it to be almost autobiographical and to have like an arc to it. And it went on for a while. Like I think it went on for a while, like a couple months. I wrote this thing, and I started remembering things like from when I was really little, and it really liberated me on so many different levels because I was able to understand a lot more about myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what happened?
I mean, you could take it however deep you want, and I did last year, man. I took it pretty deep.
But you know what? It cleansed your soul.
Yeah, it did. It really did. It kind of sent me on a journey too. It reconnected me with the universe. So now I'm kind of living for the universe. Like, yeah, it's caused a lot of conflict in my life, in my personal life. But
like, in what sense? Like they don't understand where you're coming from, or?
Well, me being my authentic self at all points that I can possibly do it, like it's a lot for a lot of people. It like interpersonal relationships with people and stuff, like my wife, my kids, my friends, my family. It was kind of like I was hiding large parts of myself for a while because they didn't quite fit into the situation that I was in. Like spiritual stuff. Like my wife is a Christian and my kids are Christian. And I got really sick a number of years ago, and my family got back into church because I grew up as a Christian. And
so did I, yeah.
And when I got back into church, it like I was really sick, so it was almost a desperation thing. And I was like, you know what? Is this God's way of punishing me for exploring other options than Christianity, so to speak? You know, because I've studied the occult since I was very young. After I parted ways with Christianity, so I thought possibly, you know, for a while I got really sick. I almost died, and I thought, you know, this is God's way of redirecting me back to Christianity. Well, I tried it, and it's not me, right? So
there's different types of Christianity. There's like Anglican and Presbyterian, and have you tried that?
Fundamentally, the Bible itself and religion itself, to be honest, it's not me. And not only is it not me, I'm so outside of it that I pose a threat to those that are in it because of my beliefs and what I'm willing to say about them, that it's caused me some problems. But it's kind of working itself out too, because
the
universe, and I did what I was supposed to do, and I had the faith that I needed to have to do all that stuff, and my relationships are mending, and people are seeing me for who I am, and now it's a different type of relationship that I'm having with people, and it's tough still, but it's not destroying my soul anymore. So
yeah, like it's kind of like it's like getting into a hot tub, and like the first shocking hot effect, it's kind of like wearing off now, kind of thing.
Well, it's like, still gonna come, but it's I see what you're saying. Yeah, it is like getting into the hot tub and it's real hot for a minute, and then you kind of relax into it. But that's kind of not quite it, because it's like getting into the hot tub and relaxing, and it's kind of getting used to it, and then turning it on full hot again and draining some of that water out constantly.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. But like at least like it's not crushing your soul anymore, and
No,
that's
not only
the
that,
important.
it's fully liberating. Like, I'm not worried about it. Like, I for so long I was worried about it and what it could mean. I always thought, and then finally I just did it because I couldn't do it anymore. And yeah, and now I'm free to be myself entirely, and I have no fear. I was being driven by fear, and it
And
wasn't even.
that's not a way to live. That's
No,
definitely
it
not a
was
way
a
to live.
fear of not being accepted. And like I found out last year that I have very low self-esteem. Like I thought I had high self-esteem. And it was a trip, man. I found out, whoa, I don't have high self-esteem. I've got all these like insecurities like up the wazoo. And I had to come to terms with that and figure out why and come to terms with the why, and that was even harder. And yeah, it's
Because that's a lot of soul searching and like digging deep within yourself, right?
oh yeah, oh yeah. But I mean, it's it's a trip, dude. It's a trip because I'm like 40 and I started researching this stuff, and I guess this isn't like abnormal for someone my age to go through. Um, yeah,
I'm not too far behind you. I'm 35.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I've seen I think me and you have a lot in common as far as feeling like we want to help that wherever we're in figure itself out, but and figure ourselves out at the same time. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm 100% that way, and like like I've tried many different things and trying to find myself and hanging out, like Gemma said, hanging out with the wrong crowds, and like like at this point in my life, I can naturally say that like I've gone through a lot and I feel naturally content. You know what I mean? Like everything's falling into place, and I have a new trump card under my sleeve for my channel, which
Nice.
is coming soon. So
Cool.
yeah, like like it's gonna get some movement going. You know what I mean? So like I'm looking forward to this year.
Yeah, me too. I have some goals for this year. This is one.
What are
Might be a small one, but it's one, and I'm accomplishing it. I mean, all
you?
it is that I want to talk to people on a deeper level on my channel, and so far I've been able to do it. So that's cool.
No, like I didn't even know you did live streams until recently, you know?
Yeah, I used to do live streams just by myself. Like I did these things where I'd be driving in my semi. I'd be like, I put it on before
Yeah.
I start driving, and then I just let my mind go and say whatever came out of my mouth. And it was kind of fun for a while. Some of those videos I've unpublished.
Oh, I've had to go back to old videos and I'm like, yeah, unpublished, unpublished,
Yeah.
unpublished.
But at some point I
Yeah.
might turn them back on, you know what I mean? Who knows?
Would you ever like do a compilation video where like you look back at your old videos?
Yeah, that's an idea.
Because you said you've been around for 12 years, right?
Well,
So
since
like you
2012, so 8 years.
oh oh sorry. So like yeah, like you must have a lot of like material and stuff
I
that you
even
could go
have
back.
some Christian songs that I wrote earlier in my channel. I think probably 2000, maybe even 2012. I don't know if I unpublished them. I think I might have, but
I might ask you something because Donna Shaw and a couple other people, they want me to write a gospel song.
mm-hmm.
And like I asked Faith in the Fallen, and I know they're busy, and like I don't really know how to like make a gospel song, and like maybe if like I brainstorm with someone that knows how to do it, like they can help me get that onto paper, because I want it to be I don't I don't want to say the wrong things when it comes to religion, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, if you ever, yeah, definitely, I could help with that.
Because
Like
like
I do
I
know the Bible, like I've read it a few times, and I do know about prayer and the Holy Spirit and worship of, you know, God. My ideas of that are slightly different now, and I had to embrace them. But
yeah. Well, sorry about that. Like, I just realized, like, yeah, that was probably from your past and stuff like
no,
that.
well, it's a thing where, I'm a songwriter, and so it'd be like taking on a voice. You know what I mean? It wouldn't really, like, I wouldn't feel like I was like compromising myself or anything. I'd feel like I was helping somebody achieve something they wanted to achieve. So I'd be happy to help with that.
It wouldn't be like I told Donna, I'd be like, it's gonna be kind of like real, like my questions about it and like what I feel is wrong, but I also want to like seem like it's more I'm searching. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Esteban. We got 3 Steves in here right now.
3 Steves. That's all you need.
There's an Esteban in here.
Esteban. I love that name, Esteban.
Yeah, that's a Spanish name for Steven.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Do you want to hear one of my gospel songs? I might be able to.
Sure, I'm always down to hear your music, man.
Because I may have unpublished this, but all right, I can share my screen. I think I've never done that before, so it'd be a good opportunity for me to try to do it and see if it works.
Sometimes when I share screens on StreamYard, they sometimes don't play the audio.
Okay.
I don't know if it's like maybe
that's happening, because I have
okay
Bluetooth speaker. I could probably finagle.
Finagle, I like that word.
Yeah, me too. I'm definitely a word person.
Me too. It's all about the lyrics.
I agree. All right, here we go. I found my channel here. I'll pause that so it doesn't play. All right, I hate doing this kind of thing while I'm online, because I always feel like, or on a video, I always feel like I'm detracting from the video. You know what I mean?
No, think of it as like, it's like a presentation and you have like some sort of visual. You're like, all right, now we're going to look at the visual.
Right. I'm so anal retentive, though. I'm like, I should have had this queued up and ready to go. But I guess that would be like detracting from the.
That's so mean. That's why I don't use OBS. I used to use OBS when I first started.
Yeah.
And like, so many things can go wrong, and something will like go smaller on the screen, and you want to like change that, but then you might open something, and then it's just I'm still trying to master it. Anybody that can use OBS, like, my hat's off to you. It's like the streaming software.
All right, I found him. Let me see if I could find one for. All right, I'm almost in there. There it is. All right. This is old school. Check out my hair. Hopefully this plays the audio. I'm going to share this in a minute. I'm going to pause this before it goes. This is
going to be cool to see.
All right. This is so old. All right. Let me see here. Share screen. Now tell me if the audio isn't coming through, because if it isn't, I'll put that Bluetooth on, and that will probably help.
Yeah, you can like play it in the background. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll let you know when the screen shows up.
You see it?
Not yet.
Okay.
Maybe because I'm in the show. Let me. Yeah, it's not showing here, but let me log into like the YouTube like chat.
Yeah, I can look in on my cell phone. I could probably see.
Okay, cool.
Let me try that. See if it's showing my screen right now.
I don't want to turn off. Last time, when I was on Miss Kathy's stream, I accidentally ended the call. I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
right,
I got it. I just figured it out. I'll just look on my my phone and it should tell me.
All right, thank you.
I see it live. Let me look at it live and see what I see. Phone and it should tell me. Okay, it's not showing my screen. I see it live. All right, let me see. I must be doing something wrong. Oh, I see. I got to hit share. Oh, I got to hit share audio too, so that will help. All right, here we go. You ready?
Oh, you have to hit the share audio. That's probably why.
Yeah. Chrome tab. There we go. Pick that Chrome tab. Here we go. Let me look at it live and see what I see. All right. You go back out of this. Go back out of this. All right, so this is going to work now. All right, here we go. This morning I got a chance to go to church. I'm out here on the road, and I'm doing a 34-hour restart, which is basically you get 70 hours to work a 8-day week, and if you run low on hours, you do a restart for 34 hours and you get all your hours back. Can you hear that? It gave me the opportunity to go to a church that's right here next to the truck stop I'm at, and
your hair is so different.
Church that kind of hit home. It's called been having a big fro defeatist mentality because I've really been wanting to share, and I've just because of my past and past attempts I've made, I was younger than you here about it the wrong way. I just really felt like I was at a loss for how to share Jesus with people. So today I learned that I have some authority and some power because Jesus died for me and preordained me to be one of his children. And along with that comes, great power and great authority and love and compassion. And those things are manifest in me. I really can't manifest them myself. It's just the grace of God. And it's a promise that God's made and will fulfill in me. And it may not be an overnight transformation that makes me into this being that can just radiate spirituality and just touch people everywhere. Lips got out of sync, but oh well.
That's weird. Why did you do that?
I don't know. I used to make videos, and sometimes my phone camera would do this to me. My own mind. So I don't know if it's because of that or. So it's kind of a great message for me to hear, and it's
no worries.
And it's called.
Well, at least I can hear the audio. Like the audio is good.
Yeah. Here you go. Wake up in the morning and realize I'm alive. The Father's called me for a purpose. I do not have to weep, I do not have to cry. The Father's called me for a purpose. And I may not know exactly what it is, but what I do know is that what it is His. And I may not know exactly where to go, but what I do know is that His living water flows. And all I have to do is believe. He's made me a promise that He is sure to keep. The Father's called me for a purpose. I do not have to cry, I do not have to weep. Oh, the Father's called me for a purpose. And I may not know exactly what it is, is that what it is his. And I may not know exactly where to go, but what I do know is that it's living water flows. And all I have to do is believe. Yeah, all I have to do is believe.
This is incredible. I love it.
For you and me upon that old rugged cross, his Father sent him with a purpose so that we would not be lost. Wake up in the morning and realize I'm alive. That's right. The Father's called me for a purpose. I do not have to weep, I do not have to cry. The Father's called me for a purpose. And I may not know exactly what it is, but what I do know is that what it is his. And I may not know exactly where to go. What I do know is that his living water flows. And all I have to do is believe. Oh, all I have to do is believe.
Woo!
So yeah,
Yeah.
I've written some gospel songs.
Oh, that was awesome, man. I like that. I like the guitar and like the all I have to do is believe. Like that was such a catchy little hook. Like you make really good hooks for songs. You know,
Thanks.
like I remember hearing that other song you said that too. I know I'm still a new fan to your channel, but I'm gonna be watching some more of your stuff.
You know, it's the same with you. I haven't really been to your channel a whole lot, like, but I'm gonna start watching your stuff too. And I have a lot of time, so I'll just probably. Do you have playlists and stuff?
Oh yeah, I have. I'm gonna make a new one actually now that you mentioned it because last year I made 60 songs.
Oh.
So like I want to go through them and I want to sort them out and stuff.
Your music for me and your videos is just how visual they are, and I really get a lot out of them. Like as far as like how good you are at putting the visuals to the music and having everything kind of go where it needs to be. It's really cool.
It was thanks. It's been a lot of trial and error and repetition. Like just doing like this, like using my editor and like I used to suck like really bad like when I first started.
Yeah, I
So,
suck. I really do. Like it's all right though. I'll just keep doing it. And I'll hopefully get better sooner or later.
if you need any help with like anything, let me know. Like message me. I'll help you with like editing.
Well, same with you. Like on these lyrics, if you need any help or you just do you play guitar?
No, but I love kind of rap sometimes with like the guitar and stuff like that, like just by itself. Like to me, like
If you ever want like just some acoustic guitar, random like riffs, or even a whole song with no lyrics that you just want, like I could do that anytime and just record it and send it to you, and you can have it like anytime.
all that'd be great. That would be like a really good collab for sure. I'm down.
Yeah,
for
I'll do that. I'll record something and I'll send you a link to my Google Drive and you can download it and use it.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, because like I love that sound. I tried to play the guitar when I was younger, and I don't know how else to put this, but my fingering was really bad.
Mine is too. Like no, seriously, like I just couldn't handle not playing, like having a guitar because I got spoiled. Like my best friend plays guitar and he plays it really well, and after high school, everybody, everybody goes their own way. Well, I couldn't fall back on him to play guitar, so I had to pick it up, and I was horrible, but I'm not very good at all, but I just couldn't give up. Like, it was one of those things where I just had to have a guitar in my life.
Bro, you're this shit. Come on. Like, you can play the guitar.
Not like I need to be able to be something on guitar. I'll put it that way.
You know what? I can't. I have to agree with you on that, because I'm the same way. People will be like, "Oh, when are you gonna make a CD?" Like, I get that in the comments and stuff like that, and I'm like,
yeah,
I'm not there yet. And like,
right.
James is saying, like he got me to write my first song actually last year. Like, I've only been writing a year.
That's
and
awesome.
Like, he's like, "Come on, you got to write your own song. You got to write." And then he did like write a diss track on me. So my first song I ever produced was a diss track on Rant Jams.
Nice.
And that was a year ago, probably around this time.
Rant Jams diss track.
It was so bad. Like, I need to like remix it or something. Like,
I
make it better.
Your diss track. It was I thought it was really cool, man. Especially if that was like your first one. Wow.
I don't know. Like, I had a couple drinks that night. Like, and I don't normally drink, and I got when I do that, sometimes I release some weird like.
I know how that goes, man.
I did a cover of Selena Gomez "Can't Keep My Hands to Myself" just to make my subscribers laugh.
Nice.
So you know what I mean? Like, not anything. Yeah, I don't take myself seriously, man. Like, I like to have fun.
I can't take myself seriously either. Like, I did when I was young, but then finally I got over that. And it's so much more fun when you don't take yourself seriously and you're just like, let's have fun. Let's see what happens.
Exactly. Like, if I could make my subscribers laugh by humiliating myself, I will. But I'm not gonna go like.
Did you see my Rant Jams diss track?
Oh, you made one?
Oh man, yeah.
Oh man, I gotta check that out.
Yeah, you do. You can check it out on your own time, but it's one of those. I used to be like into this cringe lord thing, like where I'd just do whatever I wanted. Like, I did all these bathtub videos where I'm in the bathtub just like,
oh my god, that's awesome.
I put some of them on Rant Jams, like they're Rant Jams based, some of them, and like yeah, I did the diss track in the bathtub, but
like when I've known Rant Jams for about a year, because I helped him out with like some drama, and then then he introduced me to his community, and then that's when like I met all of you guys like around the diss track time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so like,
yeah, I remember.
It was. I met like so many like people, and it was great. Like, you guys were all talented too. You know what I mean? Like,
heck yeah. Yeah, I definitely would like to collab with you at some point. Like, you know how I said I'd send you some guitar?
Yeah.
Do you make beats, don't you?
I have, yeah. I've made some. I have a beat maker program. Like, I use on BandLabs.
I don't know if you could send me some beats sometime, but like, that's something that I struggle with so hardcore. And I feel like if I had like a beat to write to, then I could write something really cool, because I don't write that way. Like, I don't ever write with beats. You know what I mean?
Oh, so you kind of write it first and then put it to something.
Yeah, and then I'm not a drummer, and every time I try to like, I'm rhythmically challenged as it is, even with guitar and singing. So like, I've tried to make beats and stuff and apps, and I don't know, it just doesn't work for me. But I think it would be cool to collab with maybe something that you send my way, and I come up with some lyrics.
Okay, yeah.
Even just
I can send you some tracks, and you can pick whatever ones you like. And
yeah,
whatnot.
even if it was just like even just a beat that I could play bass, because I play bass and guitar, and I could like, if it was just drums, or if you had some other stuff in it too, that'd be cool. But it doesn't have to be anything fancy. But
yeah, definitely. Like, I'll get the Beatmaker program running. I haven't done that in like a while, but like I've been meaning to want to start making some more. It's fun, but you gotta have a lot of patience, like making them.
Have
Because
you
like what's that?
have you made any music videos that recently that we might see on Rant Jams Live on the 27th?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's one in particular I did with Remy Moore,
Uh-huh.
and like he's part of like Rant James's community as
Oh,
well. And
cool. I'm gonna have to go check your channel out for sure. I'll probably put it on tomorrow and just freaking watch everything.
oh, no worries. Whenever, you know.
Well, I'm a truck driver, so that's how I kind of do it, man. That's like I've watched people's stuff like big time. Like I'll just put it on, and I don't really watch it much when I'm driving because I can't, but I'll listen. And I'll just put. That's why I asked if you have a playlist, because I can hit a playlist and just let it play. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna like make a better one. Like this one, I have to go through all like the older songs, and you know what I mean. And someone got a copyright for playing one of my songs on their stream, so I have to like look into that and stuff.
Wow, is that because you have some kind of representation for your songwriting?
No, I not on my end, but some producers I worked with, I guess they
Wow.
copy like if you don't have their information in the title or whatever, they give you like copyright. And I don't want to do that to people. It was this old stoner.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so like he's a good guy, right? And I'm like, ooh, you know, like in The Simpsons when they pull their like, you know, like their neck, like they're like, oh, like
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, my bad, I'm sorry. Like I would have been pissed too. Like you have like this 2 hour stream, you're showing music. Oh, Crimson took all my money.
Oh man.
Sorry, that was the producer.
Yeah.
But
Is that because you used a beat or something, or you actually had a producer that gave you some music that you used in something, or
I have, well, truth be told, I have about 3 producers I usually go to. Like, there's one, J Patterns, and then I have Bailey Daniel, and then Remy Moore. And like, basically, Remy Moore, like, I don't have a problem because I know him like on a personal level. But those two, I have to put like produced by so and so in like the description and
right?
stuff like that.
Is it because it's like public, but it comes with that as a stipulation?
Yeah.
See, because you're leading into a topic. One of the last things I was gonna like in my title, I put 3 things I was gonna talk about, and one of them was how to make music videos for free that look pretty decent. And I'm not, and it's
Oh,
kind of
I
doing.
know that. I know how to do that.
Yeah. So how do you do it?
Well, I have a lot of different like effects from like editors and stuff. Like I use Power Director, Viva Video, I use Movie Maker Pro,
Mhm.
and like I kind of just like I take the product and then like I just pass it around like a dirty girl, just from one editor to the other. You know, so like once that's done, and it's all good, like um I just add the effects and stuff. Like a lot, like if you just go into the effects of like the editor section, there's so
Right.
many stuff you can experiment with, and
So
it's a lot of
effects based and visual, because like I told you, one of the things I enjoy about your videos is they're so visual and they kind of line up to the music and all that. And it's because you're highly effects based. But I'm going to show you something and it might help you. All right.
yeah. Like I'm trying to get away from kind of like those kind of. I want to do like one where I'm actually like on the screen and performing it and stuff like that, and like like it's one step at a time. You know, that's something I got
Right.
to work on. Is like my stage presence.
All right. I'm going to show you something real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to share this screen again.
All right, cool.
All right. So let me hit that share screen. Okay. All right. This is what I've been doing for my music videos is going on to there's certain websites where you can get free stock footage. Most
Right.
of them have like some kind of stamp or something on them that make them kind of unusable. But the
Yeah, those
last
watermarks.
use, what I do is I find somebody on the website, and if they don't have those stamps on them, then I'll look through their stuff. I usually search for people is what I search. And then I
Right.
find somebody who has a little bit of footage with some people in it. And then I look to see how many clips they have and if they have the same people in them. Because if they do, I can start to think about a story. All right. Like
Oh, I
this,
see. Yeah.
I've used this in a video, one of my videos. I used this guy. I used this guy a few times. His name's Distill, and he's on Pexels. It's just one of the stock footage sites. But what you do is you grab the videos, and it's the same type of thing what you're talking about with the music. All you have to do is credit them, and that
Right.
they use their stuff for free. And if you can figure out some kind of storyline, then
Yeah, I kind of do the same thing, but with like GIF files.
like this is where I got
Yeah.
you know, you probably, if you watched my most recent video, it came from this right here, this fair footage right here.
Oh yeah, and they're like jumping in the water with like the selfie stick.
Yeah. And that here's the
Oh, I see it there. Yeah.
so what I do is I just try to use this stock footage and kind of make a story, and I've done a few videos that way. So I mean, it's kind of fun too to try to look at a bunch of stock footage and see if you can think of a story that you can make out of it.
I might actually do that. That sounds like a good idea. Like, because like I use GIF files, and you can only go so far with GIF files, and them moving constantly, and like.
And you'd be even better probably because you wouldn't need as much stock footage because of all the effects that you use. You could fill in between it, and it would add more visuals. So, and if you there's another one that's, I think it's called Mawe. If you just search on Google free stock footage, you'll see it will be one of the ones that pop up. It might be on like the second or third page of Google, but or there's a couple that are like the top 10 best free stock footage, and it will be listed in there. It's called like Mawe or something, and it's got a lot of like really good footage that you can work with.
Oh, like thank you for the advice. Like I'm gonna definitely like look into that.
Yeah,
And like no, like I've been wanting to change it up a little, like with the visuals, and like I've been kind of like I've been putting more of a storyline to them, so to speak. Like my last two, like the second last one I did, like I kind of made like a end of the world with like comments and things blasting and stuff, and
nice.
like this one's more kind of, it's called Angelic, so there's a lot of like girls in it and stuff, and
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fun part, like you said, is just trying to find a theme. Like trying to get a storyline going with like the footage.
It is. That is almost takes as much time as like actually editing something together would take, probably, because you have to like think about it and go through so much footage. It takes time. So
exactly. Do you know Sailor Moon in the chat?
Oh, no, but I do know the Earth is falling. Hey, what's up?